Most people, when they think about what's holding them back, immediately point fingers at the big dramatic emotions. They'll tell you it's anger, that fiery beast, or fear, that chilling paralysis, that are the real villains keeping them stuck. And you know what? Society reinforces this idea. Anger is a house fire. You can't ignore the smoke and flames. Fear is a burglar alarm. It's loud and demands a reaction. We vent passionately about anger in our group chats. We even invest in therapy to manage these big, loud feelings. Yet, year after year, many of us find ourselves in the exact same spot. We stall at the same income level, struggle with the same persistent 5 pounds, or watch our brilliant side hustle remain perpetually half-finished. It's frustrating, isn't it? We put in the work, we face the villains, but the progress just isn't there. What if I told you the real culprit isn't dramatic at all? It's not a fire alarm. It's more like a slow, silent carbon monoxide leak, unseen, unheard, and deadly to your ambition. This is the emotion of indifference. That flat, listless, whatever state that shows up to your life disguised as being reasonable or patiently waiting for clarity. It's the emotional equivalent of leaving your phone on 2% brightness. The screen might look fine, but the battery is dying a slow, unnoticed death. And just like that phone, you're operating on fumes, wondering why you can't quite get to full power. Don't go anywhere, because in the next few minutes, you're going to learn about the 3-step R.E.V method: recognize, engage, verify. A simple, powerful framework designed to help you pull the plug on indifference and finally charge your life with purpose and energy. It's time to stop just existing and start truly living. The sneaky operating system indifference isn't laziness. Let's get that straight. Laziness is a choice. Indifference is far more insidious. It's a low-grade emotional anesthesia that numbs you to life's potential. It's like a silent operating system running in the background, subtly dictating your actions. Neuroscientists have observed this. Think of your brain's reward circuit as a high-performance engine, and dopamine as its high-octane fuel. When you feel that meh about an outcome, a new project, a fitness goal, it's like putting water in the gas tank. The engine sputters. There's no spark, no power. Your motivation stalls, and you find yourself defaulting to easy, mindless activities, like endless scrolling, rather than tackling something meaningful. Outwardly, you might still appear functional. You answer emails, you hit the gym now and then, but inside, nothing truly registers. The scary part? Society often rewards this. How many times have you heard, "Don't get your hopes up"? We've been conditioned to treat indifference like a shield against pain. But while we're busy being shielded, indifference is silently pickpocketing our dreams. It's not a thief that smashes a window. It's the one who takes 1 coin from the jar each day. You don't notice until the jar is empty. Anger screams for attention. Fear alerts you to danger. But indifference just whispers, "Why bother?" until you forget there was ever anything worth bothering about. This is why so many talented people plateau. They're not hysterical. They're just half asleep, running at a fraction of their true capacity, unaware of the slow leak in their emotional engine. Indifference in disguise. You won't catch indifference wearing a name tag. It's a master of camouflage, blending into the background of your thoughts. It shows up cloaked in seemingly rational statements like, "I'm just being realistic," or "It is what it is." The classic is, "I'm swamped right now. I'll figure it out later." And we all know later often means never. This isn't procrastination. It's indifference masquerading as practicality, a convenient excuse to avoid the emotional investment required for action. Let me tell you about Maya, a software engineer I coached. She was earning a respectable $92,000 a year but wanted more. Every time we mapped out a plan to get her to 6 figures, she'd agree enthusiastically. Then she'd do nothing. She wasn't scared or angry. She was just constantly busy. Her calendar was full, but the important tasks remained untouched. Her busyness was like running on a hamster wheel, lots of motion, but she wasn't actually going anywhere. That was indifference masquerading as productivity. Once Maya recognized this pattern, that her busyness was a smokescreen for her indifference, something shifted. Her revenue jumped to $130,000 in just 8 months, and her coding course now has over 3,000 students. Same skills, same hours in the day. The only thing that changed was her emotional engine. Why common advice? Backfires. Traditional self-help often misses the mark with indifference. It tells you to set a big why, or visualize your dream life. But if you're indifferent, visualization feels like watching someone else's vacation photos. Pleasant, but meaningless to you. There's no emotional resonance. Other gurus push massive action. Take 25 steps before lunch. Try that in a vacuum of caring, and you'll quit at step 4, feeling even more defeated. Why does this happen? It's like trying to drive a car with an empty gas tank. Common advice gives you a perfect roadmap and a brand new GPS, but nobody checks if you have gas. You can have the best directions in the world, but you're still stuck. Without genuine emotional fuel, discipline is just a chore list you resent. This is where the R.E.V method comes in. It's not another map. It's the jerrycan of gasoline to get you started. It doesn't ask you to invent a big why. It helps you find the spark that's already within you, buried under layers. With the R.E.V method, it's a practical 3-step approach. Step 1. Recognize. This is about catching the shrug. It's like finally noticing your car's check engine light has been on. Once you see it, you can't ignore it. Ask yourself the 10 out of 10 question. If this goal scored a perfect 10 on my excitement scale, what would I be doing right now? What would my energy feel like? Anything less than an 8 is the check engine light. It's indifference. Write that number down on a sticky note. The act of giving a score to your emotional state shrinks the anesthesia. You're acknowledging the problem instead of letting it silently control you. Step 2. Engage. Once you recognize the indifference, you need to spark a micro stake. This is like setting up the first tiny domino in a long line. Its only job is to fall and start a chain reaction. This micro stake is a small commitment that costs you something. $5, 15 minutes, or a public promise. It must be just uncomfortable enough to matter. When Maya put her course outline on LinkedIn, that public declaration was a domino. It replaced her apathy with a healthy dose of social pressure. Why does this work? Our brains are wired to avoid loss. That slight risk of losing face or a small amount of money is incredibly motivating. It's psychological leverage to nudge yourself into action. Step 3. Verify. At the end of each week, don't just review your to-do list. You need to check your instruments. Think like a ship's captain navigating the ocean. Rank 2 metrics: your energy return and your progress return. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much energy did this activity give you, your fuel? And how much progress did you make, your position? If either is consistently below a 7, you need to adjust your course. Maybe the stake was too small and had no impact, or too big and caused resistance. Verification is your compass and your fuel gauge. It keeps you honest and ensures you're still on course. Most clients who consistently apply this see a noticeable 20-point energy jump in 2 weeks, because results compound and create a virtuous cycle. Testing the R.E.V method right now and you're already feeling that battery rising? Then do yourself a favor, hit that subscribe button and drop R.E.V in the comments below. Let me know you're on it. Not only does it help me know this content is resonating, but that comment section doubles as your personal accountability partner. Putting your words out there makes the commitment real. It's a micro stake in itself, isn't it? Real-world playbooks. Let's make this tangible. Here's how R.E.V plays out. Career. You want that promotion, but you can't muster the enthusiasm for that extra project nobody wants. It feels like a chore. Your micro stake? Email your manager tonight volunteering for that exact task. Your energy return will rocket because visible courage triggers your brain's reward circuits. You'll feel a sense of accomplishment that indifference simply can't provide. Fitness. The gym sounds. Your micro stake? Book a non-refundable session with a personal trainer for tomorrow morning. Even better, tell a friend you're meeting them there. You'll show up. Nobody likes burning cash or letting a friend down. The anticipation alone jumpstarts your motivation. Relationships. Date night feels routine, a box to check. Your micro stake? Send your partner 3 exciting new venue options right now and lock in a reservation in the next 10 minutes. Don't overthink it, just act. Indifference hates immediacy. It thrives on delay. Kill it with decisive action. These small, deliberate acts of engagement can reignite passion. The confidence loop, here's the beautiful part. Each successful R.E.V cycle builds your confidence account. Think of it like a savings account for self-belief. Every time you push through the Mia, you make a small deposit. Stack 5 of those deposits, then 10, then 20. With compound interest, you suddenly have a wealth of proof that you are capable of action. Confidence isn't a feeling. It becomes a reflex built on a history of your own actions. Once that proof compounds, you no longer need micro stakes every time. Momentum carries you. Remember Maya, the engineer who needed social pressure to finish slide 1 of her course? She's now shipping new modules weekly, entirely on her own steam. She told me last month, "I finally feel like the protagonist of my own life." That profound shift from background extra to lead character comes directly from deleting indifference. Maintaining mastery, emotional mastery, isn't a one-and-done event. It requires ongoing attention. Think of it like maintaining a garden. You can't just plant the seeds and walk away. First, schedule a quarterly indifference audit. Review your major goals, score your excitement levels, and rerun the R.E.V method on anything that falls below an 8. This proactive checkup prevents the weeds of indifference from quietly creeping back in. Next, protect your bandwidth like it's gold. Indifference breeds an overwhelm. A garden choked with weeds has no room for flowers. Implement a no meetings morning once a week, or block out an hour each day for deep work. Creating space allows your emotional energy to replenish. Finally, and this is a big one, curate your inputs. You are what you eat, and this applies to your mind. This is your emotional diet. Mute or unfollow creators whose brand is built on cynicism or that pervasive whatever attitude. Instead, actively seek out accounts that model curiosity and passion. A junk food emotional diet will inevitably lead to junk food results. Choose wisely. Conclusion: look, anger and fear are like loud, unruly roommates. Anger is the one who throws a party and breaks a lamp. Fear is the one who's constantly convinced someone is breaking in. You know they're there. You have to deal with them. Indifference, however, is the roommate who quietly turns the thermostat down 1 degree every day. You barely notice the chill at first, but one day you wake up and the house is freezing, you're shivering, and you've forgotten what warmth even feels like. It's the most dangerous because it doesn't announce itself, but you now have the tools to expose it. Use the 10 out of 10 test to shine a light on its presence, diffuse its power with microstakes, and replace it with weekly verification, ensuring your energy and progress stay high. Run the R.E.V method long enough, and motivation won't be something you have to chase. It will be a part of who you are. Imagine waking up next month looking at your life and feeling that electric jolt of, "I actually care. I'm engaged." That is the profound dividend of deleting indifference. So what are you waiting for? Pick one area right now. Set a $5 stake or a 15-minute commitment in the next 10 minutes. And then post R.E.V started below. Let your future self know that you're done with whatever and ready for what's next.